Welcome to your Algebra Formula Practice Test. Now with these video practice tests, the idea is to pause the presentation, do the problems on screen, roll the video until you've completed all the questions, pause it, check your work, and if you roll the video, you watch me come back and do all the questions. So here we are, start with this one, pause the presentation, have a go at those on-screen parts. Then we'll come down and to the next question. I think there's a part further on to the next screen on this question. So pause it. And then this one now is the last part of that one. And then coming down to question 4, a few parts here. There's the first part, a bit of a puzzle question. And then we want a formula. And then using the formula. And in question 5, the last question here. And then the answer, or using the answer to that one to do that one there. Okay, so that's the end of the video test there. So pause presentation, check the work, and now I'm going back and to show you how to do each of the problems and how to mark it. Okay, so here we are. Let's start off here. So it's name on the paper for a start. So we'll start up the top there and have your name. Okay, and away we go with the solutions. So we want to find the value of 3a squared plus 4b take c. Okay, so what is a? A is -2. So this is 3 times -2, or the negatives being squared as well, all of a is being squared, plus 4 times, and b is -3, and then take c is 5. So we're replacing the letters by numbers, and so that expression equals this one, and then that equals, now -2 by -2, negative times negative is a positive, and times by 3, so that's 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, and positive 4 times -3 is -12, and then take 5. So the final answer here is what? 12 take 12 is 0, take 5 would be -5. Okay, so let's mark it, 3 marks. So there's 1 mark for carefully replacing the letters by numbers, and then for simplifying the first 2, and then 1 for the final answer. So lots of marks there, not too much work for those marks. So I hope you got a few out of 3. Okay, so let's come down to question 2. So not a bad idea to circle or underline the information. So it's 3 boxes of teddy bears and plus an additional 2 teddy bears. That's the picture we've got here. So we've got 3 boxes and 2 left over. If each box contains 2 bears, write down a formula for T, the total number of bears. So let's try that. T, the total number of bears, is we've got 3 boxes and each contains T bears. So we've got 3 lots of T, lots of being represented by multiplication as we've done before. And we've got 2 bears over. So we'll simplify that. We leave out the multiplication sign. 3t plus 2. Okay, so the marks there are 1 for multiplying the t by 3 and 1 for adding the additional 2 bears. All right, so 2 marks for that little question there. Let's have a look at the third question, and a bit of this is on the other side, on the next page down, sorry. So we've got a casserole here. Now that's some food that we're heating. It doesn't really matter if you don't know what a casserole is. And the temperature is initially, which means at the beginning it's 20 degrees, increases by 25 each minute. So let's try and get our head around that. Initially, the minutes are 0. 0 minutes is when you put the casserole in the oven, and the temperature is 20 degrees, it says. then 1 minute later it goes up by 25 degrees. So that will be 20 plus the increase of 25 is 45. Now another minute goes by, so it's going to go up by another 25 to 70. Isn't it? 45 plus 25 each time. And then the next minute's going to go up by another 25, so it'd be 95. All right, so this area down here was just to do some working out if you needed to. So there are 3 marks there. So the first mark is for getting the 20. The second mark is for realising it will go up by 25 each time, and you get 1 mark for these 2 here. If you get one of them wrong, you don't get the mark. Okay, so there's your 3 marks down there. I hope you got a few there. Write a formula connecting T and M. Okay, so how do you get them? Saying it's 20 degrees to start with, and every minute I'm timesing by 25. I'm adding a 25, aren't I? So if I've got M minutes, I've got M lots of 25. That's what we did up here. Okay, so after 3 minutes we had 3 lots of 25 added, so it was 75 plus the 20. So that's what we're doing. So every minute is another lot of 25. So that's the idea of multiplication. So there'd be 1 mark for that, and that's 1 mark for simplifying it. So M times 25, we usually put the term with the letter in it first, and we put the number in front, and we don't use multiplication signs, do we, in the algebra language? And then we've still got the 20 on them. We usually put that at the back there. That looks like 26, that's no good. Okay, so that's 20. And so we have 25M plus 20. Still scribbling, honey, here. Okay, so there's 1 mark for the last bit. Okay, should try and show you working out, as we go along the way. So there's the 2 marks for that part. All right, so coming down now, let's have a look at find the temperature of the casserole after 6 minutes. So our formula is 25M plus 20. So when M is 6, the temperature would be 6 lots of 25 plus 20. Should show that working out for your mark. And so this is 170 degrees when you work it out. The temperature would be 170 degrees Celsius. So there are the 2 marks. Okay, showing the use of the formula and then actually working it out. Okay, let's go down to a bit more challenging question here to work this one out. A pattern has been created by using matchsticks, and the first 3 figures are shown. So this would be the first one, that's the second figure, and that's the third figure. So let's do the first figure. Figure number 1. How many matchsticks? 2. Then in figure number 2, what's been added? Oh, this, I shouldn't have circled the whole lot. I'll just rub that out and come to what's been added here, just this bit here. So that's another 4, so that went up to 6. And then this one is the same thing with another 4 added. So that's gone to 10. Can you see that pattern? That's important. And this area down here is just to work it out if you had to. So we reckon we've got the pattern is adding on another one of those structures each time. So the 4th figure, which doesn't appear up there, no one's drawn it, would have 14 matchsticks. And the 5th figure would have another 4, would be 18 matchsticks. Okay, so can you see the idea there? So there are 3 marks. So first of all, this one, and then 1 mark for the next 2, and 1 mark for the last 2, making 3. So if you get one of those wrong, you lose that mark. So it's 1 mark between the 2. So now comes a bit of a challenging part, because we need to use the table to find a formula connecting N and M. So the number of matchsticks is what? Okay, so when N is 2, the answer is 6. So it's going up by 4 every time. So we know you got so many lots of 4 each time. The number of matchsticks is somehow connected to the number of increasing by 4. So we might say, well, n lots of 4, that's what we've got. When we get up to 5, we're saying, well, we've added 4 lots. Well, hang on, 5 lots of 4 is 20. We've only got 18. So 4's in there, but we have to minus or subtract 2. Would that work? Okay, so when n is 4 here, 4 4s are 16, take 2 is 14. And when n is 1, 4 1s are 4, take 2 is 2. So it looks like we've hit it here. The 4 was crucial because then every time you increase the figure number, you added on 4. So we knew there was something to do with the figure number times 4. But we had to take off, down the bottom here, 2 to make it work from a starting value of 2. Okay, so that's your thinking there. So that's one way of thinking about it. There is another way of thinking about it, and that's to say that what we've got is in the formula up here, you could say, well, we start with 2 matchsticks, so m is 2, and then every time we go up, we add on 4, but in the second figure, there's not 2 lots of 4, it's only 1 lot of 4. So the number of lots of 4s are 1 behind the figure number. So you could put that. Do they come to the same thing? Well, let's have a look. If we multiply n take 1 by 4, that'll be 4 lots of n take 4. And in other words, overall, you put the number of n's out the front, and 2 take 4 is negative 2. So that's another way of thinking, isn't it? Another way of thinking. That's important. So you could do it either way there. All right, so let's mark that now. There's one for ending up with 4n and one for ending up with take 2 at the end of the formula. Okay, so let's go down and have a look at the last part of that question. Find the number of matchsticks for the 15th figure. Okay, so that's when n is 15. So if we write our formula down and then put n is 15, the number of matchsticks is 4 times 15 take 2. 60 take 2 is 58 matchsticks. Okay, for that 15th figure. Can you see the power of algebra there? You don't have to draw all the figures right up to the 15th figure. You can use a formula to work it out. Okay, let's have a look at the last question here. Question 5. Josie has $450 in her account and she deposits $25 a week. Find the amount A after W weeks. So A will be, what she start with? 450 plus $25 a week. So every week she's got W lots of 25. Okay, the lots of being represented by multiplication here. So every week she adds on another lot of 25. So it's 450 plus, we usually put the number in front and no multiplication sign. And then we also usually put the pronumeral term first and 450 second. There's 2 marks for that. So for knowing that you had to multiply the number of weeks by $25 a week, you get that, and 1 for the 450. Okay, how are you going? Hope you're getting some marks. Let's come down to the last part now. Assuming there are no withdrawals, she's not taking any money out, find the amount in the account after 10 weeks. So the amount is 25W plus the original 450. So if W is 10 weeks, then the amount in the account will be 10 lots of 25, or 25 times 10, plus 450. So it's 250 plus 450, which is $700. Right, so the idea in this test is to construct a formula so that you would be perhaps using a spreadsheet or something like that for calculations in future harder problems, and not to just work it out by keeping on adding the $25. All right, so there's one for this line for putting W replaced by 10 lots of 25, and one for the answer. All right, well, I hope you did well with that. And good luck with the proper test if you're doing one on this topic. Cheers for now.